يا رب لطفك. Now we finished the story of Iblis.
You know, Sheikh, one more thing. Where did Sheikh come from? The guy who gave the khutbah yesterday or Friday?
Somewhere in Texas, I don't know where.
Huh?
From Texas, but somewhere, I don't know where.
So his name is Sheikh or he's a certified Sheikh?
He's a certified Sheikh. He has 2 great kids just like yours. Same age, same height.
My son is special.
Your son is special, no doubt about it.
He's a combination of...
Every son is special.
No, he's a combination of black and white. He's a mule. He's not a donkey, he's not a horse, he's a mule.
A mule?
A mule.
Oh my God. Then what you know what the mule is? Only just to carry the load and get up the mountain. All right. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الحمد لله نحمده تبارك وتعالى ونصلي على جميع أنبيائه ورسله ونستفتح بالذي هو خير. سبحانك ربنا لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. ربنا آتنا من لدنك رحمة وهيئ لنا من أمرنا رشدا. نعوذ بك اللهم من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم. وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept us and give us the best of this life and the hereafter and increase our knowledge. Make us among those who are guided, protected by the Quran. We are in Surah Al-Hijr and we were discussing the issue of Iblis and Adam. And that was verses 26 all the way to 44. That is here the story of Iblis presented in a different way. We explored some of the meaning last week, but still not enough. As we discover in the surah, the theme of the surah is Allah's preservation. As He preserves His creation, heaven and earth, rain, animals, creatures, bugs, by make it balance and by provide for them and provide all factors to ensure balance and equilibrium. And in the same way, He preserves also His deen and His Quran and believers. So these two ideas are being put together to enforce one another. We were talking about the role of Iblis, and I think last week we have discussed the story here as it's mentioned, but there are some into it. I will add a little bit today, then we'll go forward. One of it is, do you know why Iblis asked for respite? And why Allah given him that request? Anybody knows why?
What is the mean expires?
Give him time.
Oh, okay, because this world gonna last for so long, so he has to stay as long as the world is alive.
But it's not whatever you wish will give you. So that was the wish of Iblis. Why Iblis made the right wish where Allah said, yes, he'll be given.
Because he wants to have as much time as this world, so he can persuade and tell people to do bad things. That's it.
I always thought maybe he believes he can prove his point right, or prove himself right, or prove
in what way?
That he can take all the Bani Adam to
right. Okay. So that is, he took a challenge.
Yes.
And Allah accepted that. That I would like, Iblis said, I am going to prove to you that Adam and his offsprings do not worth the honor you give to them. And I want to prove it to you if you give me time. Allah said, take the time. It's not because he wished, okay, not to, oh Allah don't punish me. And Allah said, okay, for no reasons. No, he took the challenge and he said, by your honor, I am going to, he vows, to take them astray all except the mukhlisin. And if you give me chance of time, I will prove to you that Adam does not worth all this honor you bestowed on him.
One way he did, Shaykh.
And Allah said, for that reason, he take a challenge, said, I will grant you the time to prove to me. But Allah replied to him that you can. And Allah said, you will not be able, but I'll give you the time to take the challenge. Now, well, this is a key point. It's not Allah grants wishes. It has to have behind it something Allah accepts. That's where Allah accepted from Iblis, because he knows he's going to fail. Told him, you take the challenge that you are going to prove to me that you are able to take them away, and to prove to me that Adam and his children do not worth all this honor you have given to them. So that is one point. The second point here is, from that, as a consequence, there are two consequences. One, when the baby born, we do aqiqah. Right? You know aqiqah, what is it? We slaughter animals. Well, first we call adhan and iqamah in the ears, and then on the seventh day we do aqiqah. Aqiqah, the word aqiqah, Arabic, from aq. Ya'uq means rebellious. So we want that newborn baby to be rebellious. To who? To the rebellious.
Right.
We want the baby to be rebellion to the Iblis. And so we, from day one, we are aware of the vow of Iblis, that he is going to take our children away. So we want this kid to start from day one, by our help, being disobedient to Iblis, and make Iblis break his vow. Because Iblis, you vow to Allah that you're going to take them away. We're going to prove it from day one. That this is the first one. The first thing did in his life or her life, submit and sacrifice to Allah. So your vow broken. We want to prove the opposite, what Iblis wants to prove. And from day one, we start as early as possible. We said, it is the minute the baby born, we call adhan and iqamah, and that is to know Allah. Basically, adhan and iqamah, to know the oneness of Allah. And then, form of worship. We want this baby to do a form of worship, and that form of worship is sacrifice, which Allah likes to. So that is why we do this, because we want Iblis to break his vow. We don't want Iblis to be able to fulfill his vow.
You said aqiqah is from which?
From uquq al-walidain. If a kid rebellious to his parent, what do we call him? Huh? If the kid rebellious to his parent, what do we call him? Aq.
Baghi, we call him.
Or baghi. Okay. Well, we want him to be baghi to shaitan, not to the parents. That is what we do. And honestly, Iblis is not he just vowed. He made a goal and has a plan to execute. And that his plan start the minute the baby born. So the minute the baby born, Iblis stand up his offsprings. I am going to take this person my way. So what does he do? He built a siege, a fence around this you baby, saying, I am going to get you my way.
Yes.
And that fence is going to be shattered and broken when we do the adhan and aqiqah. That's the first plan. It will be collapsed and he is going to be fail, Iblis, and in misery when we do that. Now, the question comes to us, that's the first consequence, that we have to do aqiqah in order to make Iblis unable to fulfill his vow and make the child true rebellious to Iblis, because Iblis rebellious to Allah. Okay? The second consequence, as Iblis he made his vow, said he has a plan. And so, sometimes, unfortunately, we enable Iblis to fulfill his covenant and vow. Whenever we commit a sin, whenever we ignore and neglect the commandment of Allah, in our aspect, we empower and prove Iblis right, and he is making credit in his fulfillment to his vow every time. And that's why the Prophet ﷺ appealed to us, do not make Iblis win. Do not make the shaitan and all those to be able to fulfill their vow. You have to really stand firm on disobeying Iblis. You have to. And so that is, we're going to listen to it, brother, from 26 all the way to 40.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. I seek refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from shaitan the rejected. Say 23.
26.
26
to 44. This is all the story that we are talking about.
Inshallah. And indeed, we, Allah, created man from dry sounding clay of altered mud. And the jinn, we, Allah, created aforetime from the smokeless flame of fire. And remember when your Rabb, your Lord, said to the malaika, the angels, I am going to create a man, Adam, from dry sounding clay of altered mud. So when I have fashioned him, Adam, completely, and breathed into him, Adam, the soul which I created for him, then fall you down, prostrating yourself unto him. So the malaika, the angels, prostrated themselves, all of them together, except Iblis, Shaitan. He refused to be among the prostrators. Allah said, Ya Iblis, Shaitan, what is the reason for not being among the prostrators? Iblis said, I am not the one to prostrate myself to a human being whom you created from mud. Allah said, then get out from here, for verily you are Rajim, an outcast, or a cursed one. And verily the curse shall be upon you until the day of Yom Kiyyamah. Iblis said, Ya Rabbi, my Lord, give me then respite till the day the dead will be resurrected. Allah said, then verily you are of those respited, reprieved, till the day of the time appointed. Iblis said, Ya Rabbi, O my Lord, because you misled me, I shall indeed adorn the path of error for them, mankind, on the earth, and I shall mislead them all, except your chosen, guided slaves among them. Allah said, this is the way which will lead straight to me. Certainly you have no authority over my slaves except those who follow you of the Gawun, the Mushrikeen, polytheists, criminals, etc. And surely Jahannam, hell, is the promised place for them all. If Jahannam, hell, Jahannam has 7 gates. For each of those gates is a special class of sinners assigned.
Okay, so since we are talking about the preservation, it's clear in this story Allah present how He preserve His slaves, His human being, from the mischief of Iblis and his offspring. And He said one of two signs. Allah mentioned that Iblis will not be able to fulfill his vow. Two signs. One said, Mukhlasin, the one who have perfected their sincerity. You won't be able to have any influence on them. لَيْسَ لَكَ عَلَيْهِمْ سُلْطَانٌ, authority that influencing them, you will not. Those who have perfected their sincerity.
What is meant by sounding clay?
Huh?
Masnoon. Min hamayim masnoon.
Just like the
Sounding clay.
yeah, like they build the stuff from the clay and they dry it. When you dry it, it makes sounds. If you anything you made from clay, you dry it, then you burn it, it becomes something can produce sounds.
Harden.
Huh?
Harden.
Huh? Right. So that's what is it. Once you dry it, and that's how they do this. What do you call it? Clay work, huh?
Baking it?
They baking it. When you baking it.
I think he thinks that the clay makes a sound on its own.
Oh no. It's when it is finished, fashioned, can produce sound.
Like hollow?
If you tap,
Yeah, because it's hollow and it is light because it has been baked, and so it produces sound. Okay. Now we said two. What are the two? Number one we said Mukhlasin. Okay, so one of the means of protection to preserve you from the domination, from the authority, from the mischief, and from the influence of shaitan is sincerity. And this is something very easy, very simple. You can acquire it, no limit, and only you can acquire it and have no limit to it. And it's gonna do the greatest job for you, that you want to be protected totally from the shaitan. And that's why all the time, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, because Iblis always, or shaitan, around whenever you get engaged in obeying Allah. He doesn't like that. His job description to take you away from being obedience to Allah. One that is going to cut him off is sincerity. And you need to inculcate, to acquire, to build that quality in you, so you are totally protected or totally immune from the influence and the effect of shaitan.
Last week you mentioned that in the Quran Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used this word mukhlasin for the prophets.
All of them.
All of them.
Right. They already perfected their sincerity. But still you can do it. It's something preserved to them. All prophets has no influence. Shaitan has no influence on them whatsoever. And that's why they are called mukhlasin, because they have perfected their sincerity.
So that sounds like it's a very tough thing to acquire.
It's not a tough thing. It is attainable. Otherwise, Allah will not ask for it.
you taught us
Yes.
at one time, which makes a lot of sense, that any human being, including the prophets, when you reach a level of sincerity, mukhlas, then you become mukhlas.
Right.
And also, some of the ulama say that the mukhlasin are those who have controlled their instinct and desire to the level to where they are already surpassed all human.
Control their desires to the point where they desire nothing but what pleases Allah.
But Sheikh, mukhladeen is a human being. They call mukhladeen.
Right? Basically, you gain the ability and the power to control all your interior and desires and feelings, that you have no taste for anything that is not in the way of pleasing Allah. And this is exactly how Sahaba too. They have no desires. Sinning, and we said this, زينه هو الذي, we went through the, هو الذي حبب إليكم الإيمان وزينه في قلوبكم وكره إليكم الكفر والفسوق والعصيان. To just refresh our mind, if Iman is beautified to you in your heart, زين هو الذي, unloved. Okay? On the other side, sinning and disbelieving shown as the ugliest possible and hated. What do you think a person have these qualities? On one side, Iman is beautified and loved. Sinning is become shown as an ugly as possible and also hated. You think this person will do any of that? Will sin? Right. For example, if Salah is beautified and loved by us, yarhamukallah, and then abandoning Salah, shown and realized how ugly is it and hate it. It's very simple. If anything you hate, do you do it? No. Right. So that's a very simple way. If you hate kufr and sinning, then you will never sin or commit kufr, and Iblis is cut off, and that's what's sincere. You have to, exactly the two and two. Two is beautified and loved. The good things, the Iman, and everything related to Iman. Beautified and loved. Kufr and sinning being shown and realized ugly and hated. Then that is what's mukhlas. There is no room. There is actually no desire. And you remember the Prophet ﷺ when he was invited to the wedding, to the party, wedding party, and they were singing and dancing. But his friend, when he was before Islam, he insisted he is to be shepherd with him, his friend. He insisted he take the Prophet ﷺ with him. He arrived there, and it made no sense to him, ugly and hated. He slept. People excited. Now, people who are sinners, you go to a party, and all these beautiful women dressed in properly and dancing and running. And what happened? What happened to the people? They enjoy it. They enjoy it. Not that you enjoy it. They get excited. They show lust. And they stay alert until morning. They come in the morning like this. What happened? Because
people will say astaghfirullah.
Okay, so that is called ghawi. Something beautiful and liked and loved will produce in you to be ghawi. Ghawi means you are overtaken, lusting by that until the time went by and he didn't know even how much time was gone. That is ghawin. And he said, these are the people Iblis has total authority on them. Okay, so we get this basically mukhlasin, that the verse in Surah Al-Hijrat, so I think it is. Is it?
Verse.
Read it. Okay. Well, that is basically the concept, the limit of mukhlasin.
About Iman and.
Not mukhlisin. Mukhlisin, everybody has to.
Mukhlasin for the Prophet and mukhladin for the people.
And also, you can be mukhlas too.
No, it's very hard, mukhlasin.
I know, very hard.
Like abrar.
Okay, go ahead.
So Hujurat, verse 7 is the one I think you're referring to, Sheikh. And know that among you there is the messenger of Allah, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If he were to obey you in matters, much of the matters, you would surely be in trouble. But Allah has endured the faith to you and has beautified in your hearts and has made disbelief, wickedness, and disobedience to Allah hateful to you. Such are they who are the rightly guided.
Rightly guided. That is basically ikhlas. It's basically you love something and you hate something else. We know the things that you hate is automatically you will never bother with. And something you love, we know, is going to be in your mind all the time. So if Iman is beloved and seen beautiful in your heart, and kufr and sinning seen as an ugly and also hated, you are the mukhlasin. Now to how sinning is bad. I think we remember the hadith said يكره أن يعود في الكفر كما يكره أن يقذف في النار. Hate to go back to disbelief or sinning the way he hates to be thrown in hellfire. Who likes to be burned? Who likes fire and to be burned? And does anybody see any beauty in being burnt or being thrown into the fire? Or take the other way around. If Allah bestowed on you something good you appreciate, say wealth or children, and you see how beautiful the children and you love them, would you wish to lose them? Okay, that's how mukhlasin. Never you wish to lose them. Or if Allah give you wealth, you wish to become a poor and lose all the wealth? No way. And you love it and it is there. So that is how mukhlasun arrive to a level where they see the opposite is hated and ugly. They have no desires for it whatsoever. If you hate something, is there a desire for it? There is no way. That is mukhlasun. So we went far away. We said here in the story that one means to be protected from the influence of shaitan is to acquire ikhlas, to love iman, to hate kufr, to see the beauty of iman and beauty of Quran and Islam, and to see the ugliness of disbelief and sinning. You have to see it. Means you have to visualize it. You have to go deep into it until you see how dark is this and how bright is this. That is where you are going to be among the mukhlasin. قال رب بما أغويتني لأزينن لهم في الأرض. Iblis knows if what he is calling you for seen by you as an ugly thing, you will not. He said, I will do my best to make everything I call men to look beautiful. أزينن. What he said? لأزينن. His vow, listen to his vow. Wait, this is number 29. Huh? Oh, 39. Yeah. If it is not 90 degrees,
Iblis said, Ya Rabbi, O my Lord, because you misled me, I shall indeed adorn.
Adorn. What is adorn?
Beautify.
Okay.
The paths of error for them, mankind, on the earth, and I shall mislead them all.
Okay. His trick is to adorn the wrong path, to make it look beautiful. This is how you sin, really. At least it might not look beautiful, but never seen any ugly in it. At least you do not hate it. Because if you hate it, you will never come close to it. And we know that. And so that is one qualities, and it is, as I said, this is major factor that you basically all we need. And we need to make sure we are sincere in everything we do to Allah, and we love it, and we see its beauty. Everything we do for Allah, we must see it beautiful, love it, and at the same time be sincere in it. That is accepted deed. That is accepted worship. That is accepted service. If not, say Ramadan is coming, all right? If you see or you taste the sweetness of it, and you love fasting, because all the benefits that you know in this life and the hereafter, and you hate to disobey Allah, and you really hate to eat food during the day while you are fasting. Even if the food is there, you hate it. Even if, yes, I'm hungry, but still I hate to eat in Ramadan. I hate it when I'm fasting. So I don't listen to basically after the first week, all of us, we don't even feel hungry.
Yes.
It's gone. So that is how it is. But again, in all other aspects, لَأُزَيِّنَنَّ لَهُمْ, I will beautify and adorn to them the wrong path, the evil path, the sinning path, the path that is going to enable me to take them away. The issue last week, the brother was sitting there. He asked questions. I didn't understand it very well, but I sense what he meant. Remember about Iblis? Yeah.
How can Allah curse?
Curse and something else. Yeah, curse or I heard like the word hurt.
Yeah, hurt someone.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, if Allah is the most merciful, compassionate, how can Allah hurt some of His creation? Okay, and it seems from here that Allah told Iblis, you are rajim and you are cursed. And really, because we don't go through the whole issue. Iblis has done all of these bad things, and we went through them all. And then after all, Allah said, just you are on your own, away from my mercy, and if you stay the way you are, you're going to end up in hellfire. And you know what? Where is the mercy of Allah? Allah told Iblis, you have done this, but I'll send you with Adam to the earth, and I will send both of you messengers. If you obey and listen, you're going to go to Jannah. If you refuse, this is where you are going to have all of these consequences. Allah didn't say, door is locked, closed, and you are out to hell. He said, you are out of Jannah now, and I will send you down to the earth with Adam. I'll treat you just like him. You prove to me, and I'll prove to you. Adam will prove to you you are wrong. I will send messengers and messengers for both jinn, shaitan, and human being. If you follow them, you're gonna be saved. If you refused, so this is, Allah did not hurt actually. After he deserved to be punished for all what he did, he deserved to be punished. But Allah gave him respite, and not only respite, opened the door for him to recover from his mistake, from his arrogancy, from his rebellious attitude. Allah said the door is still open for you. فَإِمَّا يَأْتِيَنَّكُمْ مِنِّي هُدًى, both of you will receive guidance, revelation, messengers. And any of you, whether your children or his children, but this is Adam and Iblis, whether his children or your children, if they followed the guidance, they will win. Is that clear? So he did not, Allah could have punished him, but Allah did not punish him, and gave him the respite also for either to accept the message or to prove to Allah Adam is not worthy of this honor. Allah told him, you got that. Is that clear? No?
Well, we know that Allah, although he disobeyed, although he displayed the most disrespect to Allah, Allah has still given him
Right.
some leeway.
Right.
Still gave him answered his dua.
Yeah. So,
Why there is no messenger from jinn?
right, because that's how they started their journey. And that's why Allah said, I'll send them from human being, but you follow them and enable them. That's why enable them to communicate with us, to listen to the revelation, to contact the messengers to talk to them. And he said, you are not qualified to be having a messenger from you, but you have to follow whatever the son of Adam. And doesn't have Allah to send a messenger to the angels and messenger to the jinn and messenger to human being. Message is message for all of it.
Plus, there, I think the purpose, when Allah says, إِنِّي جَاعِلٌ فِي الْأَرْضِ خَلِيفَةً, He meant a single person, which is Adam.
Yeah, it was
Say, I'm going to leave.
already pre-planned. That is the role, that is the period of Adam, to be the dominant. And open the door for Iblis with all what he's done. Open the door for him. If you follow messengers, and we read Surah Al-Jinn, what they say? Let's go to Surah Al-Jinn. Jinn is the offsprings of Iblis. Shaitan just like kafir.
They talk about like Musa from before too. So
Right? And look, the way they talk really teaching us great lessons. How they, Surah Al-Jinn?
You know, Sheikh,
Yeah, from the beginning.
Sheikh, I heard Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was messenger for us and for jinn too.
Yeah, listen here, Surah Al-Jinn. قل أوحي إلي.
Say Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, this is Surah 72. Say Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, it has been revealed to me that a group from 3 to 10 in number of the jinn, listen to this Quran. They said, verily we have heard a wonderful recitation, this Quran. It guides to the right path, and we have believed therein, and we should never join in worship anything with Allah.
Okay, let's take these two statements, and you need to think of it. This kind of jinn, they went to listen to the Prophet ﷺ, and they said two statements. Why they have to say this? Say that.
Say Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, it has been revealed to me that a group from 3 to 10 in number of the jinn listen to this Quran. They said, verily we have heard a wonderful recitation. It guides to the right path, and we have believed therein.
We have believed therein. All right, that's the second.
And we should never join in worship anything with Allah.
That is how you affirm your iman. It's not enough to say I believe. Yes, I believe in Allah and I disbelieve in anything else. It's not enough to say I believe in Allah, because everything believes in Allah. Do you disbelieve in anything else or no? I believe in Allah and I believe in so many other things, just like Christians. That is not right. They know the right way, and that's why they say we believe in Allah and at the same time we disbelieve in anything else. This is needed because all mushrik, all people, the others, they believe in Allah and many other things into it. They were precise and they know what they are talking about. They understand the right understanding. And so that is the two statement, and all of us, we believe in Allah. The first one, we are all agreed. But at the same time, we believe in so many other things. And that's why we say, La ilaha illallah. We disbelieve in any God but Allah. That is the way it should be. It has to affirm the positive part with negating everything else, especially in the matter of the oneness of Allah. The way they stated it, that is what every Muslim should state and affirm and have in their mind what the concept of Iman. Right.
That's a very good point. The Baha'i, that religion actually says that everything is right. I mean, all religion, all prophets, they even accept Muhammad, and they also say others that came later on. So they are trying to like combine everything and accept everything.
When we say Muhammad Rasulullah, ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, means I disbelieve in all these claims that Christians they do. I believe in Jesus because Jesus and Muhammad said. But I have to, you have to have in mind, to utter in your tongue, to feel it, to believe it, that I believe in Allah, but at the same time I disbelieve in anything else that worthy of anything from me as a servant to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that is the true statement, and all Muslims, they know, they keep doing the first one, La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah. But I sometimes, amantu billah, alright, amantu billah and amantu with something else. I believe in Allah and I believe in dollars. I believe in Allah and I believe in Jesus. I believe in Allah and I believe in the mighty of America. I believe in Allah and I believe in the mighty of the king. I believe in Allah and I believe. That is where it is really, it doesn't mean anything. Quraysh said, we believe in Allah.
Shaitan believe in Allah.
Shaitan is the strongest believer in Allah.
Ya Rabbi. Ya Rabbi.
In Jungle Badr, he saw the angel coming, he ran away.
Alright, the second, so we learn from what they say. The second one, what they say?
The second verse.
Yeah, continue. Say, Amanna.
It guides to the right path, and we believe therein, and we should never join in worship anything with Allah.
Never. Look how commitment is strong commitment. Never. This is how the Muslim should. I will never, and I should never have desires or thinking that I am going to associate anything in the quality of Allah. Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah.
And He, Allah, exalted is the majesty of our Rabb, has neither taken a wife nor a son.
Now, what they are talking about? See, they already said, we believe in Allah and we disbelieve in anything else. But it was common just like today. What is it? Jesus has a son. God has a son. It's everywhere here. Alright? So they have to project the concept on their current life affair issues. The challenges to that iman that are everywhere around them, which is around us everywhere. And they say, we testify Allah has never taken any associate or child.
And that the foolish among us,
The foolish.
among us, Iblis, Shaitan, or the mushriks, the polytheists, amongst the jinn, used to utter against Allah that which was an enormity and falsehood, a great lie.
Okay. Again, it's exactly the same concept we said in Surah Al-Hujurat. Or the same concept here. Unless you see the beauty of Iman and obedience to Allah, and you love it, and you are sincere in it, three conditions. At the same time, that's not enough. You see the ugliness of kufr, you hate it, then Iman is not complete. Iblis, that's what he does. أُزَيِّنَنَّ لَهُمْ. He beautify, adorn the wrong path, and from there he can take you astray. Now, if something you are impressed with or so you admired, what kind of response is going to happen from you?
You're gonna love it.
You're gonna like it. Well, okay. What is more than when you like it? So what are you gonna do?
Want to participate in it.
You want to participate. That is ghaween. That is ghaween. Something real, you will never get ghawi unless you like and admire and impress with something. This is where you are getting lost. Ghawi, there is a game and I love the soccer game or whatever it is. Because I like it. I love it. I will never be. There are people here, they just forget about Salah. We have to go and watch the game. Forget about the class. You remember when the word come here? Say, oh, Sunday we are not coming to the class because there is a game. That is Ghawi.
That refers to the opposite thing, like you can make it distasteful and look ugly, the iman and
The beautiful,
Good one. Yeah.
He does.
Iblis is a positive creature. He doesn't believe in negativity. Never have a hopeless. And so he said, I know if I adorn it, beautify to it, I will, as he said, see Allah said, sultan, authority, power and influence. I will have some of the authority, power and influence on men, because human being, as you know, we are creatures, have the desires to the beauty and things that adorn. And he said, I'm going to open the door to lead them my way from the way of Allah. But does Iblis? Yes, Iblis make some action of Iman, definitely, either confused or disliked. And there are many things. Remember the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ in the morning when the adhan called, he comes to you and he says, oh, you get plenty of time, sleep. Yeah, oh, it is hard, it is cold. That's how he make it disliked, burden. The minute you feel it is a burden, definitely it is not beautiful. Definitely you don't love it. Definitely you are complaining about it. You don't see the wisdom behind it. You didn't see the fruit of it. You didn't see the good of it. The minute you are whining, complaining, feeling it is burden. Look with the Prophet ﷺ. إِذَا حَزَى بِهِ أَمْرٌ فَزِعَ إِلَى الصَّلَاةِ, or said, أَرِحْنَا بِهَا يَا بِلَالِ. The way the Prophet ﷺ perceives Salah is the comforting atmosphere. On Siyam and all of this. The minute I feel that, and this is really what you need to know, that you are far away from sincerity. The minute I feel it is really heavy burden, next time I'm gonna feel it is ugly. It is worthless. It's fruitless. I just have to do it. That is where Iblis is winning. And Iblis, as we know, he does beautify to you. What if say, oh, your wife is getting old and she's so, and all bad things in the world in your wife. Look to this woman, look to this woman, look to this woman. That's what does Iblis. Shows you the beauty of haram. He'll never show you. Your wife is just like any other wife. Your women are all same. Don't worry about the pictures from outside and decoration and the paint. Don't worry about it. Really. And the Prophet said the same thing. If you feel you desire something, go to your wife. But don't listen to the shaitan. طيب. So by this 44, we have realized how Iblis is a threat to our way of life Allah wants from us. And Allah put it clear here, teaching us the best, the most effective, precise way to be immune from all his plans and evilness. And we said the way is sincerity. The way is to see its beauty. The way is to love it. The way is to see the ugliness of sinning and disbelieving and to hate it. That's the way it is. All right. So let's move on to the next part where Allah shown us how He preserved His creation and His religion. إن المتقين في جنات وعيون ادخلوها بسلام آمنين ونزعنا ما في صدورهم من غل إخوانا على سرر متقابلين لا يمسهم فيها نصب وما هم منها بمخرجين نبئ عبادي أني أنا الغفور الرحيم وأن